Welcome back to Doing the Dishes, everybody, my segment on YouTube in which I challenge myself to create a dish from every single country in the world. Today we're going to be making a West African dish from the country of Senegal, and it's called Thieboudienne. Let's take a look at the ingredients. We have some red snapper. I got 4 fillets. It's about 1.5 pounds. Got some carrots, tomatoes, green beans, ginger, scotch bonnet pepper, some shrimp cubes, onion, eggplant, sweet potato, red bell pepper, parsley, salt and pepper, of course. Then we got some tomato paste, some short grain white rice, as well as some grapeseed oil. Alright, first things first, we're going to make a spicy little paste to kind of coat the outside of our fish, a little bit of a marinade. So we got the garlic that I forgot to mention, some ginger, scotch bonnet pepper, and went ahead and started pounding this in my little wooden mortar and pestle, also called a molcajete. And then I added some parsley to it, and just going to pound that out for about 5 minutes or so until we get a nice thick paste. Once we do, go ahead and set that to the side. Grab the fillet of fish. So I'm going to be cutting little slits inside to coat this properly. Normally you would buy steak portions and not fillets. So I decided to do this one a little bit different because this is kind of what I had access to for red snapper. And then I also had to take a few minutes to pull some pin bones were in there, so I had to get rid of those. I just coated them and covered them with wrap and set these to the side until I'm ready to get them fried up. Now it's time once again to play with some vegetables. I'm pretty picky with my green beans. I like to go ahead and pluck all the little ends off of them. And then I'm just going to cut them at a bias here. So we got these nice little French style kind of looking beans. And I'm moving on, having up some tomatoes, throwing them in the blender, adding the red bells to that. We'll puree that here in just a minute. But first we'll break down the eggplant to 8 equal parts. I also have some carrots there. I'm going to peel a sweet potato. There's quite a few things that can go into this. You could use cabbage. I decided not to do that. And here we got an onion. Let's break this down. You know me, I'm a tear-jerking kind of guy, so I'd rather just throw it in my Ninja and be done with it. Take the shortcut like usual. Now let's go ahead and puree up these tomatoes and red bell peppers. This is going to be the red part of our red rice, which Thieboudienne translates to fish with red rice. So that's that portion of it. And you're supposed to do it all in one pot. So we'll go ahead and add the oil in here, get that nice and hot. And then I'm going to cook the fillets on each side for 3 to 4 minutes, or until they become about 165 degrees internal. A little bit of salt and pepper to season them. Flip them over. Again, another 3 to 4 minutes on there. And while I'm working on this fish, an interesting fact about Senegal that you might not have known is they will actually be the very first African nation to host the Olympics in all of history. And I believe that's scheduled for this year in a city called Dakar. Now moving right along, going to fry up some onions for a little bit, add a little bit of salt and pepper, and then to that I add another shrimp bouillon cube and my tomato paste, as well as the pureed tomato and red bell pepper. We'll add a little bit of water and put all your vegetables in there, slowly pulling them out whenever they're done because they have different cooking times between the eggplant and the carrots and the green beans. They're all going to take a little bit, take their own time. And once we have the juice that's left over from that, we'll add either some broken jasmine rice, or in my case I added some short grain rice, and let that simmer for 20 minutes. Went ahead and took the lid off, fluffed that up a bit, and simmered it for another 20. And here we go, it's time to get it plated up. And while I'm doing this, as usual, thank you for all your love and support. I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And look at this. It's delicious. Got the vegetables, nice fried piece of fish right over the top, full of flavor. And garnish it with a little bit of parsley. And cheers, everybody. See you on the next one.